the third baseman will hit ninth, and they will face Itsuki Takimoto, the sophomore from Wakayama, Japan. Last year, 3-1, a 4.10 earned run average in 37 1/3 innings. We saw him in kind of mixed roles. He had 5 saves a year ago as Hawaii takes the field. We'll give you the defensive alignment here in a moment. But Takimoto, really the Cape Cod League, Scott, was really what bursted him after there was a lot of excitement last year. Had a .71 earned run average for the Orleans Firebirds.
Yeah, like I said, the Cape Cod is the absolute premier. It's also wood bats, keep in mind. And actually, a lot of summer leagues now are going to the wooden bat. But, yeah, he absolutely dominated up in the Cape Cod League. Last year, I think it was just a matter of him still making adjustments to a new culture, a new language, a new style of playing baseball. I mean, American style, much different than what he grew up playing. And so I expect him to have a breakout season this year, as I mentioned. He's got all the skills to be a dominant pitcher in college baseball. And it starts tonight. He's going to have to, because last year he was a bit inconsistent. And I think they protected him a little bit. I think they were careful with him. I think kids' gloves are off this year. I think Itsuki's, they're going to let him go 100%. And if we can get 100% out of Itsuki, that's going to be good things for Hawaii.
Let's go through the Hawaii defense. And there are some changes in this game. Ben Ziegler-Namoa in left, Matthew Miura in center, Jared Quant will get the start in right field. The infield's going to look a little bit different. Sage Lancaster is at third base. Elijah Iquez starting at short. That's because Jordan Donahue left the game last night with what potentially is a hamate bone injury. Suffered. He had a hard time gripping the bat and then felt a little bit more as he was diving into a base. So Donahue is out and not available today. So Shunsuke Sakaino starting at second base with Iquez at short and Lancaster at third. Lancaster started at second base last night. Aiden Cooney's at first. Hunter Faldo behind the plate. And Itsuki Takimoto will obviously get the start on the mound.
Getting back to Jordan Donahue, coming in, the only first-team all-conference preseason selection. The hamate bone is a fairly common injury in baseball, particularly with it usually happens with catchers because they're always taking that 99 or 90 mile per hour fastball on the glove hand. Not sure how he got the injury. It could be really minor in just a couple of weeks, or if it's serious enough, you could be out for a while. Now, not season-ending, but the shorter the better for Hawaii, for Jordan Donahue.
They're going to reassess it here soon. Rainbow Warrior Countdown was brought to you by HGEA. Hawaii works better when we do. Cam Harthen stepping in. Tonight's first pitch brought to you by MotoGen Medical. They have treatments used to elevate pain and help heal joints naturally. Go to MODOGEN.com and sign up for a free evaluation. The first pitch is low for ball one, and we are underway. First pitch time, 1:07 here at the ballpark.
How'd you like calling the game on the new turf last night?
Looks awesome.
How's it look at night with the ball? Looks really good?
Absolutely. This pitch popped up left side foul territory. Lancaster gives it a run, but can't track it down in front of the Hawaii third base dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, it looks good during the day, too, but certainly when the lights kind of fall on it, it enhances the colors. It certainly looks outstanding.
Well, it has a 7-year warranty, so I was joking. Let's enjoy it because we're going to have this turf for probably about 10 to 15 years. The other turf was about double over its life expectancy.
1-1 from Takimoto is ripped right to the shortstop, Iquez, who leaps up to his left and gloves it for the first out of the inning. Iquez, get used to him at shortstop. Maybe not this year, depending on Donahue's situation, but in the future, Elijah Iquez is a man that will man that spot for the remainder of his career here.
I think he's going to, by the time his career's pal, he's going to get drafted. I have a feeling after next year. He was drafted out of high school. He's a good player.
Micah New here, the shortstop hitting from the right side. The first pitch runs inside, ball one. It's early, by the way. But because we didn't have one last night, we're going to call that catch of the day, brought to you by Young's Fish Market, home of the Wow Lao Lao. 1-0 pitch from Takimoto. That's up and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. New last night was 1 for 5
I got to
with an
interrupt
RBI.
you, though.
Okay.
His last name is spelled N-I-U.
Right.
We're in Hawaii.
Yeah, I know. But they say it's new.
Well, because that's the mainland.
2-0, hard ground ball to short. Iquez gobbles that up to his left, picks it up, throws to first in time for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, nobody on. No score, top of the first inning. Here's Jackson Halter, the Marshall right fielder. Halter 2 for 5 yesterday with a double. Coming up, bottom of the first, by the way, we're going to have a special guest here in the booth. He's here somewhere. He was here earlier. We asked to go bottom of the first inning.
He'll be back.
He will. Should we give it away who it is? Yeah. I teased it on social. I didn't say who it was.
Tell him.
First pitch to the left-handed hitting Halter's high and outside, ball 1. It's a current NFL quarterback.
Very generous
yes.
NFL quarterback who has remembered his roots from day one and went to high school just a hop, skip, and a jump from here.
A ball, no strikes. Next offering. That's a fastball away. 2 balls and no strikes to Halter. It's Marcus Mariota who's going to join us coming up here in a little bit. Donated a bunch of tickets from the Motivate Foundation. I think he said about 400 kids are here, courtesy of the Motivate Foundation. 2-0. That's a called strike, knee high. 2 balls and a strike to Halter.
And he's a Heisman Trophy winner.
Mm-hmm.
How many Heisman Trophy winners have you met? I don't know if I've ever met one. I probably have. But
I met Herschel Walker.
Okay. I wouldn't brag about that.
He came by our studio once a long time ago. 2-1. That's a fastball that snaps in over the outside half. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Takimoto pounding that strike zone, doing exactly what they want. Got early contact with the first 2 batters. Looks comfortable out there. Granted, it's only 2/3 of the inning. Yeah. 2/3 of an inning into the contest.
2-2. Breaking ball popped up. This in shallow center. Miura is going to call off Ziegler Namoa. He makes the catch. And a 1-2-3 first inning for Itsuki Takimoto. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Marcus Mariota is going to join us. Marshall nothing. Hawaii coming to the plate. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Building a winning program requires vision, careful planning, and expert execution. Since 1994, Ushijima Architects has provided the highest quality professional planning and design services for various projects throughout our state. Our highly experienced team provides the full spectrum of services, from feasibility studies and master plans to complete architectural design work. Call us today at 808-946-9544. Ushijima Architects is a proud sponsor of University of Hawaii Baseball.
Bring over your funds to Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union from another financial institution and secure it with a great rate for 5 months. Earn an amazing 4.25% annual percentage rate. Get in while the rates are still in the 4s. Don't miss this opportunity. Rates are rapidly changing. Get your 4.25 annual percentage rate for a 5-month certificate today. Check out Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union at hificu.com today.
Membership open to Oahu and Maui residents. Federally insured by NCUA. Rates subject to change without notice. $2,000 minimum to open. Money used to fund certificate must come from an external source. Penalty for early withdrawal. Fees could reduce earnings. Other rates available.
Aloha, this is Stan Mahilona from Sports Stan. You're listening to University of Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Marshall kept off the scoreboard at the top of the first inning. Let's light up today's batting order for head coach Rich Hill. It's brought to you by Dial Electric Supply. They see the light. There were some changes for Hawaii's batting order shortly before first pitch. Matthew Miura, with the injury to Jordan Donahue, will lead off. He's playing in center field. Ben Ziegler Namoa is in left field hitting second. Elijah Iquez, the starting shortstop, bats third. Sage Lancaster, who was initially supposed to be the third baseman, he is now the designated hitter and will bat fourth. Jared Quant in right field hitting fifth. Shinsuke Sakaino playing at second base today, batting sixth. Aiden Cooney's at first base hitting seventh. Kedron Kenzie will make his Hawaii debut. He's at third base. And Hunter Faldo behind the plate will bat ninth. They will face Phoenix DiGiacomo, right-handed senior from Spotsylvania, Virginia. He's coming in from Presbyterian College. So the 6'5", 235-pound senior will make his debut for the Marshall Thundering Herd. And joining us here in the press box, Marcus Mariota, who spent some time last year with the Washington Commanders, here doing, once again, great work back home. You threw out the first pitch earlier. Welcome here to the broadcast booth.
Thank you for having me. I was haven't been that nervous in a long time out there on the first pitch.
It is a little nerve-wracking,
no doubt. I was
isn't
glad we had Braxton out there with me, through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we had a blast with it.
You know, I was telling Josh that I've always admired you because even though you went to Oregon and you've been on the mainland for a long time, you've always remembered your roots. You've always taken a lot of pride in Hawaii. And I don't remember an athlete in a long time, at least, that has given so much back to the community and to those that are in need. And I just want to say thank you.
You're taking ball one and the next pitch inside as well, 2-0.
No, appreciate that. And it took a lot of people, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of people I grew up with that got me to where I'm at today, and the least I can do is kind of pay that back. And it's kind of fun for me to.
As this fastball is lined into right center field. Sorry, Marcus. That was a
you're
base
good.
hit.
Nice.
Center fielder cuts it
Going
off.
for two, huh?
Miura is racing for second. He dives in safely.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Leadoff double for Miura here in the first inning. That double brought to you by Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union. Life matters. Tell us about Braxton a little bit. By the way.
So got to know Braxton a little bit when I was playing with the Titans, and he's been battling. He's been battling cancer. He's been doing an unbelievable job of staying positive. And through his family, we were able to get him out here. Had never been to Hawaii. He's been following me forever. Has got every team jersey, which unfortunately has been like 5 or 6 of them now.
Ben Ziegler Namoa at first pitch sent out to left field, backpedaling his Vogelsong. Now he comes in, makes the catch. Miura will stay at second base, and there's the first out here in the bottom of the first inning.
But yeah, so we got him to be able to spend a few days out here. Awesome. He got the opportunity to throw the first pitch out and really just see the beauty of our islands.
The Motivate Foundation, how many tickets today?
We had 370 kids here today.
Wow. And I know you've done it for football pretty much every year. Baseball this year, I don't know, is this the first time with baseball?
This would be the first time with baseball. And actually, good little plug here, but JJ reached out to me. And,
JJ Nielsen, by the way.
Yes, and we were able to put something together, which has been really, really cool. And we look forward to doing this in the future.
Elijah Iquez takes a strike.
Do you have any background in baseball, Marcus?
Not a whole lot. I went out for T-ball when I was probably like 7 or 8, and they threw me in the outfield, and I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I apologize.
You're the kid out in right field, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I used to be out in right field as well.
No score, bottom of the first inning. They'll turn and throw over to second. Miura is back in. Describe this year for you. I mean, you're part of a Washington Commanders team that makes it all the way to the NFC title game. I mean, my goodness, what a year that was.
Just so much fun. Just a great group of guys. DQ is an unbelievable person. DQ actually, yes.
They'll throw to second
Sorry.
again. That gets by. It gets into center field. But Miura is going to stay right there as he dove to the base. So no harm there. But, yeah, talk about Dan.
Yeah, so really quick, like DQ actually has property here on Hawaii. So he's got local ties. Whenever he gets a chance, he's here at home. So there was a connection there. And to be able to play for him and to see who he is and the positivity he has on a day-to-day basis was really cool for me. And I think ultimately in the end, that type of positivity is why we were successful.
Iquez, that's called strike, belt high, 0-2.
I think of you and Jameis Winston. You guys came out together, and you guys both have carved out pretty good niches. You've been in the league for over a decade, and you can play as a backup. I mean, you could pretty much play another 5, 6, 7 years if you wanted to.
No doubt. And I think for me personally,
0-2 out of play, foul right side.
we'll see what that looks like. I think the motivation and the drive to be a guy, to be a starter is still there.
Absolutely.
And if the opportunity presents itself, awesome. But I also kind of like this mentoring role. It was really cool to see how it all played out last year with Jaden. And if that's kind of what is called of me, I'm ready for it.
What kind of kid is Jaden Daniels?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I cannot say enough good things about him and who he is. And there was no surprise. I think early on in camp, we had a pretty good idea that he was going to be good. And he ran with it, man. It was cool to see.
Breaking ball was down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now here's the next one from DiGiacomo in the inning.
Kind of look like Marcus on a scramble.
Maybe a little faster than me nowadays.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're a little faster.
But that's a role that you were being used in this
Yes,
past year.
quite a bit.
It was fun. Cliff was awesome to play for.
Cliff
And
Kingsbury?
Yes, and just his offense and what he asked the quarterback to do was a lot of fun. It reminded me a lot of what he did in college.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield comes in, and the pitch is poked foul to the right side.
Well, I think your old college coach is back in the NFL now, right? Isn't he an offensive coordinator in the 9th Island over there in Las Vegas? I know you're a free agent after this year. I would imagine that's got to be kind of a place that could potentially be a landing spot for you. There are a lot of teams that are looking for quarterbacks right now.
Right. That would be awesome if given the opportunity. Being a part of that organization a few years back, there's something about being a Raider. But if that's the opportunity presents itself, I would love it, and we'll find out here in the next couple of weeks.
3-2 pitch ripped up the third base line, but that's foul by about a foot.
The old hot corner there.
Yeah, a little bit. Can you imagine playing third base there?
No shot. Throw me in right field, I'll be all right back there.
I would have no teeth.
Rich Hill knows a little something from last night about that. Your work with the Motivate Foundation, how has that continued to grow and blossom as you've been a part of that and moved that forward?
Really, I got to give a lot of credit to my wife and my mom. They've spearheaded the foundation just with football and everything. You know, I'm pretty busy through 7-8 months out of the year.
3-2, a called strike three in the inside corner. Iquez tosses the bat, didn't like it. And there is the second out here in the first inning.
Yeah, and we do a great job of kind of putting it all together. Carrie, who's part of our foundation, she really funnels a lot of these requests. And then together as a family, we decide what's most important and where we can help.
2 out, Mir at third. Here's Sage Lancaster, no score, bottom of the first inning. Game 1 of this doubleheader. Giacomo ready. The right-hander's pitch to Lancaster, a breaking ball over the inside half for a strike one. So you're back in the islands. What's kind of the thing you get to do? You're gone for a while. So what is it you try to catch up on while you're here?
Beach.
That, get in the water for sure. Get some food in. You know, you have to be a little bit careful with all that rice. But yeah.
One fastball. That's up the middle.
Nice.
That's a
There we
base
go.
hit. Mir is going to score easily from third. And the youngster Lancaster comes through with a 2-out RBI single. Hawaii's on the board 1-0.
Love that. Yeah, we just kind of spend some time together as a family and see some familiar faces. The old St. Louis alumni softball tournament is this weekend at Kihei Lagoon. So just going out to see some familiar faces. We had a team this year. Unfortunately, we had to give it up. We didn't have enough guys show up, so I'm calling out all my guys from the 2011 class. We need to go out and represent.
I was going to say, I guess being your free agent, no one can tell you whether you should play or not, right?
I've played in a few of them over the years. It's always fun, man, and it's funny. Like you have not playing the game and swinging a bat and trying to look athletic is tougher than it looks, you know.
Jared Quant takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. 1-0 Hawaii, bottom of the first inning.
How long are you home for?
About a month. We try to
Nice.
stick around for about a month.
Next pitch, a bit high, 1-1.
Is this where you want to come back? Or I know your wife,
Yeah,
even though your wife
absolutely.
looks like she's from Hawaii, I know she's not.
Yeah,
I mean, is this where you want to come back
we
eventually?
do. We do. You know, with how everything plays out, we'll see. But I would love to raise my youngsters here.
Runner goes 1-1, check swing. It's a strike. Here's the throw to second. The tag, the ball got away from the glove of the shortstop and rolls back behind second base. And that's the second stolen base of the inning as Lancaster takes second and it counts at 1-2. If you had to play a position on the field, what position would that be?
Ooh,
I would think pitcher, right?
That's what I was going to say.
That was
Gotta
kind of
be.
my first thought.
The dumb question of the inning came from me. I knew it was going to happen.
Oh, there'll be more.
1-2. Check swing. That's poked back foul.
I don't know, but outfield, I feel like I could chase down a couple fly balls.
Speed,
you know?
right?
Yeah.
Center field's always fun. A lot of things matriculate there in center field.
Right.
It's a lot of ground to cover, too.
I got to ask you, what'd you think about the dominating performance by the Eagles last week?
Man, first of all, unbelievable. It was
1-2.
It was
Bouncer toward
impressive.
first. It's a two-hopper.
Nice.
Bounce toward the first
It was
baseman. He
impressive
takes
to
it back
watch.
to the
You know,
back.
like they had such a good group of guys there too, and being around them last year and getting to know like Jordan Mailata, getting to know Jalen and AJ, and it was cool to see them win one. But yeah, man, they got a group of guys there that are some of the most talented at their position.
Well, that defense was just unbelievable.
3 unassisted to end the inning. Marcus, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
you. Marcus
Thanks,
Mariota,
Go Bows, right?
NFL quarterback.
Absolutely.
him being here for the inning got Hawaii a run. 1 run comes in on 2 hits. Bows 1, Marshall nothing as we go to the second. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Aloha from Waiakea. As a proud corporate sponsor of University of Hawaii Athletics, we're committed to keeping our athletes and fans hydrated with delicious volcanic water straight from the Big Island. Rooted in Hawaiian values, we believe in honoring the Aina, land, supporting our community, and living with aloha in everything we do. You can find us at most stores across the islands or learn more at waiakea.com. Live aloha, drink Waiakea.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
1-0 Hawaii as we go to the second inning. Hawaii getting that run in the first on the Sage Lancaster RBI single. Every run in this game brought to you by Sports Stand Sporting Goods. It's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life. How's about that? Marcus Mariota joined in the booth. First time I've met him.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know, you would think that both of us would have met him somewhere along the way or our paths crossed, but no. And he got us a run.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
You know, we've learned when people come into the press box, whether it's the kids' innings behind the microphone or now a guest like Marcus, it always works out. First pitch is taken down low, ball 1 to Nolan Wilson.
Just a total class guy. Like I said, I've always had a lot of admiration for him. Did you ever watch the Netflix special Quarterback?
I did not.
Oh, well, he was one of the featured quarterbacks in that. I thought it was when he was playing with Atlanta, I believe.
Time called as Takimoto told to engage with the hitter. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch to Wilson is a fastball high and in. 2-0. Wilson last night was 1 for 4 with an RBI. But yeah, his journey in the last few years especially, and time is called again, and they have warned Takimoto one more time, so they've given him a ball. As once again, he apparently did not engage, and Rich Hill wants to talk to the home plate umpire, who today, the home plate umpire for this game is Matt Frommel.
Yeah, there's a couple of the names I don't recognize on the umpiring crew, at least coming out to Honolulu.
So Rich Hill wants an explanation, and now he's telling from a distance Itsuki Takimoto what the home plate umpire is asking for. And now because Rich Hill wants to go out there and talk to him, the umpires were going to go and say, well, is this going to be a visit or not? But ultimately Rich Hill said, nah, forget it. I won't go out there. Umpires don't need to get together, and we'll go back to baseball with a 3-0 count.
I hope the home plate umpire warned him ahead. Well, he did. He did before the pitch before, but come on.
3-0. Fastball runs inside for ball 4.
And, I'm sorry, Josh, little things like that can really mess with your head as a pitcher too, right?
Yeah, I was about to say. What will make Hawaii go in tonight's game? It's brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Get up and go. I know we're in the second inning, but Hawaii holding a 1-0 lead. What gets Hawaii to the finish line in this game?
Pitching. Mm-hmm. You know, I thought last night there was some good, some bad, obviously, when it came to the pitching. But this is a team that is going to rely heavily on pitching. Led the country in team ERA a year ago.
Fastball, a high strike on the inside corner to A.J. Havrilla.
And I know they have a ton of arms. A lot of them we'll probably see this weekend. A lot of new faces that they're very high on. So I think early on it's got to be the pitching.
0-1. Takimoto hands at the belt. His pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, according to the home plate umpire. 0-2 on a pitch on the opposite side of the plate.
And I think also putting a little pressure on Marshall after a heartbreaking loss, coming out and getting a run in the first inning is exactly what the doctor ordered.
No balls, 2 strikes. Takimoto fires. Fastball, bouncer up the middle. Iquez, the shortstop, has it. Flips to second to 1, over to first, double play. 2 away on the 6-4-3 twin killing. And that will bring up Elijah Vogelsong. 1-0 Hawaii. We're in the top of the second inning. Also worth noting, again, we remind people this is a 7-inning game. So
that's right. It is a 7-inning game.
And if you're Takimoto, you can get some of these quick outs that can allow you to go a long way. They want to keep him around 75 to 90. First pitch fastball away, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, if you're on your game, you can go through a 7-inning game under 90 pitches.
Keith Zuniga said to me yesterday they won't start a pitcher past in an inning past 90. 1-0. Fastball snaps over the outside edge. Strike 1 to the left-handed hitting Vogelsong.
I already see a different Takimoto than from a year ago. Just his body language, his confidence. He looks so much more comfortable this year than last year.
1-1 offering. Check swing. That one drops over the outside corner. 1-2.
And we learned one thing at the For the Love of the Game fundraiser a couple of weeks ago, is that Takimoto's a pretty good drummer. He and Sebastian Gonzalez went up and performed a couple of numbers with the Imua, the band that's there every year.
Really?
So Seabass, he sang very well, and Itsuki played the drums.
1-2. Fastball misses outside. Takimoto thought he had strike 3. He was starting to head off the mound. Count even at 2-2.
So they played Three Little Birds by Bob Marley.
Wow.
And then another song, which I don't remember the title, it's Whiskey Something. And Sebastian Gonzalez could sing. And Itsuki was throwing down on the drums. I asked him, how long you been playing? He said he's been playing 10 years, so half his life.
Man.
So next year we're going to try to get Itsuki if he's back.
2-2, a liner into left center field for a base hit. Miura tracks it down to his right. And a base hit with 2 out for Vogelsong, who actually slid to the ground after he rounded first, but got back to the bag. So that's the first hit for Marshall in this game, and Tyler Kammerer will step in.
So we're going to try to get Itsuki if he's back next year to do another Bob Marley song, maybe with Sebastian, whoever, but have Itsuki sing it in Japanese.
Ooh.
How cool would that be? A reggae song in Japanese, right? So he said he was up for it. He said he's not a great singer. I said, but nobody knows what you're saying. So, so what?
Kammerer, right-handed hitter. He homered last night, and he takes a slider for his strike middle of the plate. I feel like there's an NIL opportunity there for like a benefit concert.
Got to be something, right?
Yeah. Although, I mean, the thing is, I'll wait till after this pitch. Breaking ball down and away. Being an international student, he actually can't accept NIL money.
No, that's right. People don't realize that. A lot of the athletes at UH that are not from this country,
right,
that don't have a green card, because some of them do. Yeah, you can't take any monetary gifts.
Takimoto's 1-1. Fastball right over the outside half. It's 1-2.
He's also put on a little weight, good weight. I don't think people realize he's a big kid, Takimoto.
6'3". His personality, still infectious, hasn't changed. Loves being here.
Yeah, he's a great kid.
1-2. That's low. Fastball just below the knees. And again, Takimoto thought he had that one right at the bottom entry of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'm with him. But, you know, you have to kind of figure out the umpire too, right? You got to feel him out, and then you as a pitcher have to adjust to the home plate umpire.
2-2. Runner at first, 2 away. The pitch. Breaking ball low and outside, 3-2. Takimoto just throws the kitchen sink at you. He's got about 5 pitches. The fastball, 90-94. Throws a cutter, 86-88. He's got a slider, about mid-70s. A curveball. Connor Harrison speed at 66. And then he also throws a changeup. Runner should be going from first. Full count. And time is called. And they're going to call a pitch clock violation on Takimoto as he didn't get the pitch off in time. So it's a walk.
Well, he's had a couple of warnings and then had one about not engaging the batter, and now a pitch clock violation.
And I don't know that there's an argument here. Rich Hill's going to come out and more than likely just to kind of settle Takimoto down. I mean, you think about it, he's had a couple of pitches that have been pretty close that he felt like should have been strikes. He had the warning for engagement. He had the ball that was given via engagement. And now this pitch clock violation. And I think Rich Hill wants to settle Takimoto down. For as engaging of a personality he is, this is probably the most frustrated he gets. So while we look at all of that, we remind you game 2 of this doubleheader will be over on CBS 1500. That a 9-inning game. Pitching matchup, Corey Ronan for Hawaii going up against Griffin Miller for Marshall.
You know, you look at Marshall, there wasn't a whole lot of information that we were able to get from the Thundering Herd. Didn't get a chance to talk to the coach. They didn't have notes, anything like that, which astonishes me this day and age in college baseball. But regardless, we do know that they won 18 games last year and they picked towards the bottom of a very good conference. Sunbelt is an excellent conference, but you look at their pitching and there's a pretty significant drop-off, I think, from their Friday night guy, Blevins, who was all conference last year, to the rest of their staff.
Ethan Murdoch hit 2 home runs last night. He steps in as Hawaii leads 1-0, top of the second inning. Pitch to Murdoch is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. And all of a sudden, Takimoto has lost that command of a strike zone.
Got to figure it out.
Look over at second. Here's the 1-0. And that runs inside and a little bit low. 2-0 now. Looked like a changeup coming out of that right hand.
And all this with 2 outs.
Yep.
Retired the first 2 batters pretty handily, and then
I mean, he had that walk. The double play made it look like
That's
he was going
true.
to get through this.
that's true.
2-0. Swing and a miss. Ran that cutter on the outside half of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now it's 9-inning games on CBS 1500 because you and I will make our way to
Mhm.
basketball tonight with Hawaii and UC Irvine. Pre-game show 6:30 for both television and radio. 2-1. Breaking ball off the end of the bat and fouled back. And Takimoto 1 pitch away from finding the exits here in the inning.
Yeah, the basketball team got a much-needed win, even though it was a little closer than it probably should have been on Thursday against Long Beach State. If they can pull off a win here tonight. Now, they're probably not going to advance any further than 7th place in the standings because they're like 2 games back of 6th place. But
Was UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
2-2. Fastball. That's spoiled out of play to the right.
well, you look at this basketball team, you just want them to continue to get a little bit better every game, and then hopefully they can peak and make a little noise in the Big West tournament. You'll be there, right, in Henderson?
I will be there.
And you'll be back again a couple months later to the West Coast for the baseball
That's right.
tournament. Yes, the Big West with a postseason tournament.
2-2. Takimoto to the plate. Breaking ball, hard hit. Iquez knocks it down, flips to second, not in time. Everybody's safe. Now the throw over to third, and the runner gets back. Vogelsong. Bases are loaded. Iquez saved a run with that diving stab to his left. And with 2 away, here comes Ethan Leon.
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, he saved the run right there. Iquez couldn't get the ball out of his glove quickly enough to flip it over to second base to get the force out. And now Takimoto, bases loaded, 2 outs. This is where he earns his scholarship.
2 walks, 2 singles allowed in this inning. Leon, the number 9 hitter, 1 for 4 yesterday with a strikeout. 1-0 Hawaii, top of the second. Takimoto ready. His pitch. That's a high strike. Leon was trying to bend backwards to sell ball 1, but instead that breaking ball gets in there. He's gotten the first pitch strike to half of these batters. Now here's a roller to the left. Lancaster has it. He'll flip over to second. Check that. That's the third baseman. Kinsey to his left has it. Throws it over to second to get the out there. And that will end the inning. And Takimoto able to get out of there, leaving the bases loaded. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Hawaii 1, Marshall 0. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Did you know that 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a new battery this year? Don't wait till it's too late to do something about it. Test your battery regularly, and if you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for every make and model on the road. So don't wait until your car won't start or you're stranded on the side of the road. Test your battery today or find the replacement you need at Napa locations nationwide, because it's our mission to keep you moving. Napa! Give your engine the attention it deserves with the advanced formulation of Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. It delivers faster oil flow for superior temperature protection in the harshest conditions. Defends against sludge and buildup while keeping your engine running cleaner, longer. And improves fuel efficiency by reducing friction, helping you stay at peak performance mile after mile. Try Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil today. Available now at Napa locations nationwide. Napa!
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii leads Marshall 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Hawaii. No runs on 2 hits, no errors for Marshall. The lone run came on the RBI knock from Sage Lancaster back in the first inning. Sakaino, Cooney, and Kedron Kenzie here in the bottom of the second inning. Sakaino, the transfer from CSUN, 2 seasons out of 3 hitting 300 or better, and he swings at the first pitch and skies it into left center field. Harthen, the center fielder, cuts over to his right, makes the catch, and there's the first out of the inning. And that will bring Cooney to the plate. The Big West scoreboard, and we'll scatter some of these scores around the game here today because we couldn't get it through the pregame show, but a number of scores to keep track of, brought to you by the Hawaii Building and Construction Trades Council, building a better tomorrow. UC Irvine, UC Santa Barbara, the top two teams coming in out of the Big West. First pitch, a check swing, and there's a strike on the outside half. 0-1 to Cooney, who last night 1 for 3 with an RBI. UC Irvine today playing New Mexico. That's out in Mesa. Here's a check swing. That one softly hit to third. Leon has it right out of the air and out number 2. UC Irvine playing New Mexico. That's one of the Cactus League sites. And UCI winning 18-4.
Well, didn't they beat Nebraska last night?
They did.
And Nebraska is number 24, at least in the D1 poll.
Yeah, beat Nebraska 10-5 yesterday. 2 out. Here is Kedron Kenzie making his Rainbow Warrior debut from Hilo, a 6'3" junior transferring from Pierce College, and he takes inside for ball 1.
What is it with you guys from the Big Island in baseball? There's so many good baseball players on the Big Island.
Yeah, all I can say is
what happened to you?
That's everybody asked that. Here's a high bouncing ball to third. Leon high to his left, picks it up, throws it over to first, gets the out, and ends the inning. A 1-2-3 frame for DiGiacomo. And after 2, Hawaii leads Marshall 1-0. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Building a winning program requires vision, careful planning, and expert execution. Since 1994, Ushijima Architects has provided the highest quality professional planning and design services for various projects throughout our state. Our highly experienced team provides the full spectrum of services, from feasibility studies and master plans to complete architectural design work. Call us today at 808-946-9544. Ushijima Architects is a proud sponsor of University of Hawaii Baseball.
Did you know that concussion doesn't only happen in sports? About 40% of concussions reported are non-sports related. These happen in everyday events such as slips and falls, motor vehicle accidents, and recreational activities like skateboarding and bicycling. Concussion can also occur in unfortunate circumstances like assault and abuse. Be aware of the signs and the symptoms. And if you suspect a concussion, go to your medical doctor to get treated and learn to manage your symptoms. This message brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
We go to the third inning. Hawaii leading 1-0 on Marshall. The Lancaster RBI single in the first being the difference so far. Itsuki Takimoto back out there after a arduous second inning where he walked a couple of batters, gave up a few singles, but was ultimately able to get out of it without allowing a run. So Takimoto, who's thrown 37 pitches, heads to the third inning, which is brought to you by Ushijima Architects Incorporated. And here for the third, it's Scott Robbs.
Thank you very much, Joshua. What a beautiful afternoon to have a baseball game. Sun shining, Diamond Head just over the right field wall. Not a lot of wind, a bit of a breeze from left to right, but not much of a factor as it wasn't last night as well. So top of the third inning, 1-0 Bows leading the Thundering Herd. Top of the order for Marshall, and leading things off is the center fielder Cam Hartnett, who takes the first pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Lined out to short back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1 on the day as Itsuki Takimoto begins his third inning in this one. Had a pretty solid first inning. Set the side down in order as there's a strike down from Takimoto. But then ran into a little bit of trouble in the second inning. Pitched himself out of a bases-loaded 2-out jam. All that trouble started with 2 outs in the second inning. Takimoto's next pitch, breaking ball inside and low. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Hawaii, 0-0 for the Thundering Herd. And for those of you who have not been out to Les Murakami Stadium, 325 down the lines, 365 to the alleys, and 385 to straightaway center field. And there's a pitch that bounces in the carpet, gets away from Faldo, the catcher. Hunter Faldo getting his second straight start behind the dish. It's kind of going to take a while to get used to not seeing Dallas J. Duarte behind the plate. He was there forever. Here's the 2-2 from Takimoto, getting a piece of it, staying alive. Is the batter, Hardem. He'll be followed by Michael New and then Jackson Holter. So 1, 2, 3 in the order to lead things off here in the third. This is a 7-inning contest. And the next game to follow about 40 minutes after this one. There's a pitch, lofted foul, left side out of play. It'll be game 2. But that second game, as Josh has mentioned, will be on CBS 1500. Tiff Wells, Harrison Kuroda will have the call. And then Josh and I will be back here tomorrow afternoon to wrap up this season opening 4-game stand. Takimoto from the stretch, winds, delivers, brings that pitch down, hit on the ground to third. Kinsey picks it up, long throw, a bit low, but dug up nicely by Cooney. 5-3 the putout of the leadoff hitter, and there's one away here in the third. Don't know a whole lot about Kinsey. Got the late scratch. They're going to have Lancaster start at third, but they brought in Kinsey to play third, and Lancaster is the DH for this one. So one down, bases empty, top of the third, 1-0 Hawaii. Here's Michael New, the shortstop, one of a handful of transfers on this year's Marshall squad. Transferred into Marshall from the University of New Orleans as he looks at a breaking ball for a strike, where he hit 291. He grounded out to short back in the first. The 0-1 pitch. That one hit in the air towards right center field, going back, still going back near the warning track, reaching up and trying to make the grab is Mura. He trips, he falls. The ball gets away from him, and sliding into third with a triple is New. Well, that didn't look like it was going to be all that difficult for Miura, who drifted back towards his left and then kept on going. The ball was carrying, and he got to the warning track and kind of had to leap a bit, and that ball went off of his glove, hit the turf, and New running the entire way, able to get all the way to third with a 1-out triple. So a little hard luck there for Takimoto and for Miura. And the tying runner now just 90 feet away with one away. So this is where Takimoto is going to have to settle down a bit as Jackson Halter, the right fielder, steps in. Flied out to center back in the first. Hawaii will bring the infield in. First pitch swung on, fouled out of play. One thing about Rich Hill, he approaches every single game like it's the 7th game of the World Series. And so even though it's early, already bringing the infield in. The 0-1 pitch drifts a bit low. Evens things up at 1-1. Hawaii getting their lone run in the bottom of the first inning, but the Thundering Herd threatening here in the third. No activity in the Hawaii bullpen. The next pitch from Takimoto down the left field line, well, foul and out of play. So you got baseball season. Softball started last week. Bob Coolin in his final season, 35 years as the head coach of the softball program. This will be it. His team's off to a great start. Rich Hill trying to do the same thing. 1-2 pitch. Check swing. He did not go around, that being Halter. And evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So New over at third. One down, top of the third inning. Takimoto pitching from the stretch, comes set at the belt. The line and delivery. Bouncing ball back up towards the middle of the shortstop. Up with it, Iquez brings it over to first without bringing the tying run from third, and we're tied at 1. So an RBI ground out for Jackson Halter. Brings in New from third, and we got ourselves a new ball game, 1-1 here in the third. And a nice at-bat by Halter. Just getting that run home on an RBI ground out. So 2 away now, bases empty. And Nolan Wilson, the catcher and the cleanup hitter, will step to the plate. Wilson, another transfer from the University of Nevada. Started every game last year for the Wolfpack. And the pitch is a bit high and inside. He hit .323 for Nevada a season ago. Takimoto brings down the 1-0. There's a strike on the corner. Hawaii winning the season opener last night in dramatic fashion, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to pull out the 9-8 win. The next pitch, There's a ball hit right back to Takemoto. Fields it cleanly, walks halfway to first, underhands it to Cooney for out the number 3. So Takemoto does another pretty good job, but not before the Thundering Herd score a run. A triple and an RBI ground out. We played 2.5 here in Manoa. It's Hawaii 1, Marshall 1. You're listening to Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods, always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94-547 Ukea Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAND. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Hi, this is Eddie. I'm the lead lumber for Hardware Hawaii, Kailua. I like helping customers find what they need. It's not like another stranger just shopping here. My customers are like my friends, and then I just help them out, and I feel good, and it just makes my day. We're out here in the lumberyard ready to serve you.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Scott Ross, Josh Pacheco back with you in Manoa. Opening weekend of the college baseball season. Oh, how nice it is. Hawaii already winning the opener of the series last night. Looking to at least ensure themselves of a split with a win here in the first game of this doubleheader Saturday. It's tied at 1. Hawaii with a run in the bottom of the first. And just moments ago, the Thundering Herd equalizing things with a run on a ground out. So 1-1, bottom of the third inning. Hawaii a run on a pair of hits, no errors. And the Thundering Herd a run on 3 hits and no errors. As Felix DiGiacomo finishes up his warm-up tosses for the Thundering Herd. Maybe a little nerves in that first inning. Set Hawaii down in order in the second, so the Bows will send up 9-1-2 in the order. Catcher Hunter Faldo, and then Matt Miura and Ben Ziegler-Namoa to face the Giacomo, who brings down the first pitch a bit high, 1-0. Faldo out of Mililani looks at a pitch high and inside. Went to junior college before coming back home, and for those that are familiar with the Hawaiian music scene, his dad is Brother Wade, who used to be part of the FM 100 group. A lot of local kids on this UH baseball team again this year. Next pitch, hard hit ball out to short, though. Up with it. The shortstop, New, brings it over to first. 6-3 the putout of Faldo for out number 1. Hawaii did get both their hits in that first inning. We saw yesterday as well. At times, Hawaii can be kind of a slow starting team offensively. That's not a big deal when you're playing a 9-inning contest, but when you're playing a 7-inning ball game, there's a little bit more of a sense of urgency. So we head to the top of the order, and Matt Miura, the center fielder, he doubled to lead off the bottom of the first, eventually came around and scored on the RBI single by Sage Lancaster. And the first pitch down to Miura, misses outside. Matta Jr. now. Started pretty much the entire season a year ago in center field and was terrific. The next pitch down to Miura, big cut and a miss. 1-1, chased a high fastball outside the zone. You mentioned the brand new $2 million playing surface that was put down to begin this season. Absolutely gorgeous. A couple of years ago, they redid the bathrooms. They did the locker rooms. They put a lot of money into this facility, which is now more than 40 years old, but doesn't look it. Fastball a bit low to Miura. I think a lot of mainland teams that have never been out to Honolulu, when they come here and they see the stadium, they're amazed. The 2-1. That one hit on a line to second, up with it on the short hop and bringing it over to first nicely. His Kammerer, the second baseman, that was a hot shot. Had to go to his left. picked it up on a short hop, slid, stood back up, and fired a strike over the first. 4-3 to put out of Miura. 2 away now with the bases empty here in the third. So Giacomo has really settled down after that first inning. He has retired 6 in a row, and it'll be up to Ben Ziegler-Namoa, the left fielder, to keep the inning alive for Hawaii. Flight out to left back in the first inning. 1-1, bottom of the third inning, Hawaii Marshall in the first pitch to Ziegler-Namoa as a strike down at the knees. Ben last night, 1 for 4 with a double. Scored a couple of runs as well. He's a guy that also had a big season up at the Cape Cod League. We're talking about Itsuki Takemoto, but Ben Ziegler-Namoa also played in the Cape Cod League and made the All-Star team. So I think we're all kind of expecting good things from Ben, who kind of had a down season a year ago. The 1-1 down to Ziegler. Watches that one miss. Lahaina boy went away to Yavapai College in Arizona and been here with the Bows for a couple of seasons as the 2-1 is too hot. 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, if you're looking for something to do, I highly recommend come out to the park. You could take in the rest of this game. You could probably watch maybe the entire second game and then walk over and go to basketball after UH and UC Irvine. You talk about a sports field day. The 3-1 to Ziegler-Namoa, and there's ball 4. Good patience by Ben, a 2-out walk. First walk issued by DiGiacomo. And we'll see what Elijah Iquez can do. Elijah playing short today. Jordan Donahue not in the lineup. We understand he has a hand injury, something to do with his hamate bone. They're going to probably do a more in-depth MRI, I would imagine, on Monday. So I don't expect we'll see Jordan the rest of this series. There's Iquez coming off a 4-hit game last night. Quick throw over to first, back into the bag, and plenty of time. It's Ziegler-Namoa. But you want a healthy Jordan Donahue definitely by the time conference season starts, if not before that. First pitch outside and low to Iquez. The third baseman, Leon, playing really close to the line. You got the first baseman, Havrilla, holding the runner aboard, and the middle infielders are pinched up towards the middle a bit. Outfield shifted around to right. The pitch is high. There's ball 2. Could Hawaii maybe put together a little 2-out magic here in the bottom of the third inning? Marshall got their run in the top of the inning. The next pitch down. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Iquez is the future at shortstop. I think the thought was that he would be the starting shortstop this year because I think most of us didn't expect Jordan Donahue to be back for his senior year, but he is. Thank goodness. The 2-1 pitch. High and inside, ball 3. Well, you got to imagine one of the game plans for Hawaii in this one is to get into that bullpen of Marshall. There's no question with Marshall leading by as much as 5 runs last night. When they went to the bullpen, they brought out their best. The next pitch down at the knees, the fastball for a strike, and that evens things up. Forces it to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runner at first. That's Ziegler-Namoa. He can run well. He'll be going with the pitch. So you just wonder what Marshall has in that pen. Here's the payoff pitch. Bouncing ball to short. Up with it on a hop. Mew brings it low to first. Dug up nicely over there by Havrilla. And for the second straight inning, Hawaii goes down pretty quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. We have played 3 complete in Manoa. Hawaii 1, Marshall 1. You're listening to Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
BMW of Honolulu presents University of Hawaii men's basketball on ESPN Honolulu. I'm Josh Pacheco. The road to Henderson gets narrower. Big West Conference plays in its final stretches, and Hawaii looks to make a charge here at the end of the season. Our coverage is brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, HCAM, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaii Pacific Health, Kahala, and Dial Electric Supply.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu. Brought to you by Ushijima Architects.
Okay, 1-1 ball game as we head to the top of the fourth inning, Hawaii and Marshall. But let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu, presented by Sports Stand Sporting Goods.
Your official radio home of University of Hawaii Sports is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM.
Almost halfway through this one, 3 innings in the books for Hawaii, a run on a pair of hits, no errors. For the Thundering Herd, a run on 3 hits and no errors. And the Thundering Herd will send up a 5, 6, and 7 in the order. First baseman A.J. Havrilla, the left fielder Elijah Vogelsong, and the second baseman Tyler Kammerer. To face Itsuki Takimoto, he was allowed that run on 3 hits. He has walked a pair, and he has yet to strike out a hitter. But the first pitch down to Havrilla is a strike. Havrilla, a sophomore first baseman, started 50 games last year for the Thundering Herd. So he got some well-earned playing time a year ago. Almost played the entire season as a Frosh. Takimoto's next pitch misses high and inside. Comes quickly with the fastball at the knees. Strike down to Havrilla. Don't know how many pitches Itsuki has. Every pitcher this weekend is on a pitch count, pretty much 75 to 90 pitches. There's one fouled off the foot, according to Rich Hill. And Hawaii, very, very deep in pitching this year. That will be their calling card. And particularly early on, right? Because pitching's usually hit ahead of the hitters. There is no spring training. The 1-2 pitch from Itsuki, breaking ball, breaks high and inside. Takimoto looking for that first K of the season. Set the side down in order in the first. Ran into some trouble in the second, but pitched himself out of a bases-loaded jam with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. That ball lofted in foul territory. Third base side. Kinsey comes over near the dugout and makes the grab on the warning track. Oh, Kinsey, late addition to the starting lineup, makes a big-time play, having to run all the way from third base just in front of that third base dugout. Dropped to a knee and made the grab for out number 1. Big out number 1 right there. And here comes Elijah Vogelsong, the left fielder. Vogelsong singled back in the second inning, swings it from the left side. Takimoto ready, brings on the breaking ball for a strike. Vogelsong's got some pop a year ago, hit 9 round trippers. This was a team that we were told didn't have a lot of power, more of a base stealing squad. The 0-1 fouled. Third base side. Again, Kinsey. Again in front of the dugout. Again, he makes the catch. Oh, Kinsey having to run into the rail that protects him from falling into that third base dugout. Reaches over and makes the catch. And back-to-back web gems by the young man at third base. Oh, he did not make the catch. Oh, it looked like he made the catch from my vantage point. Good effort. Instead, the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Well, he should have gotten credit for the catch. Let's see if Takamoto can get that K right here. And there it is. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And Itsuki says, all right, well, can't get the out that way. I'll just take care of it myself. And that's the first strikeout of the season and of the game for Itsuki Takemoto. 2 down, bases empty here in the 4th inning of a 1-1 ball game. Now Tyler Kammerer, who homered last night in the 2nd inning, got the scoring going, walked in the 2nd inning here tonight. And the pitch inside, bounces in the carpet. Kammerer, a year ago, a .325 hitter for the Thundering Herd. Takemoto's 1-0 right there for our strike. Nice crowd on hand. Expect even a bigger crowd next week when Hawaii opens up a 4-game series against Wichita State. The next pitch misses. That's a Thursday through Sunday series. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll have all 4 games for you, either here on ESPN Honolulu or on CBS 1500. Thursday and Friday's games also will be on Spectrum Sports. Another nice pitch, check swing. Did he go around? They appealed to the first base umpire. You can hear the fans. And Devin Shea says, no, he did not go around. The umpire sitting in the grandstands thought he was wrong. And the count now goes 3 balls and 1 strike. If you're Takemoto right here, you've got to be careful because in the 2nd inning, you're in a very similar situation. You walk the batter, and next thing you know, you had to work real hard. There's a strike. Dropping the bat and running down towards first base was Kammerer. The home plate umpire said, come back here. Can Takemoto get the 3rd out? 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and miss, strike 3. And he does. Gets the hitter to swing and miss. Kammerer retired. And a 4th inning for Itsuki Takemoto. For the Thundering Herd, no runs, no hits, no Hawaii errors, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the home half of the 4th inning. We're tied at 1. You're listening to Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Got the cravings for Hawaiian food? Bring home a dinner feast from Young's Fish Market in Kalihi. Young's offers an extensive takeout menu full of local favorites. Get the Lau Lau plate for Dad, Kalua pig plates for the kids, and the beef stew for yourself. From tripe stew to pipi kaula and lomi salmon to poke. Phone your order in at 808-841-4885 or visit youngsfishmarket.com. Young's Fish Market, home of the famous Wow Lau Lau.
Building a winning program requires vision, careful planning, and expert execution. Since 1994, Ushijima Architects has provided the highest quality professional planning and design services for various projects throughout our state. Our highly experienced team provides the full spectrum of services, from feasibility studies and master plans to complete architectural design work. Call us today at 808-946-9544. Ushijima Architects is a proud sponsor of University of Hawaii Baseball.
Aloha, this is Stan Mahilona from Sports Stan. You're listening to University of Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Felix DiGiacomo back out there to begin the 4th inning. He's done a pretty good job so far. In fact, after a little bit of a rough first inning, gave up Hawaii's only run on a pair of hits, he has really settled down. Since then, he's only given up a walk, and that came with 2 outs last inning. Set Hawaii down in order in the 2nd. So we'll see if the Bows offense can come alive here in the 4th inning. 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Lancaster, Quant, and Sakaino to face Giacomo. Sage Lancaster, the designated hitter. First pitch swinging. Hits one in the air towards center field pretty deep. That one is off the wall in center field and trotting into second base and sliding in safely on a first pitch swinging double off the wall in center is Sage Lancaster. Harden, the center fielder, kind of was taking it easy, so I thought he was going to make the catch, and then last second he just turned around and watched the ball go off the wall about 10 feet to the right of the 385 sign in center field. And so just like that, the go-ahead runner for Hawaii is in scoring position, and Jared Quant with an RBI opportunity. Quant getting the nod out in right field, grounded out back in the first inning. He's a kid that's been in this program for a long time now. Actually, if you remember, he was recruited by Mike Trapasso. There's a swing and a miss. As a catcher, kind of struggled a few times. He got an opportunity behind the plate, so they put him in the outfield, and he has flourished. Not only does he have some pop and pretty good hitter, but he's an outstanding defender as well with a strong arm. The 1-1 from DiGiacomo. There's a ball hit on the ground on the right side. The second baseman up with it. Camero brings it over to first for out number one. Good at bat by Quan. He moves the runner over into scoring position now. And Lancaster 90 feet away with one away. Shunsei Sakaino, the transfer for CSUN, will step in as the infield will come in now for the Thundering Herd. Sakaino, the transfer from CSUN. That's from the left. It's going to be a squeeze. Lays down the bunt, first base side. It's successful, and they throw the ball to first. It's not in time. Everybody's safe. That was not a safety squeeze. That was a squeeze. Breaking down the line was Lancaster. Sakaino laid down an excellent bunt down the first baseline, forcing the first baseman, Havrilla, to field it. By the time he got it over to first, Camera was a bit late. Safe at first, Sakaino on a bunt RBI single, and it's 2-1 Hawaii. Well, one thing about Rich Hill, you can never not expect anything, if that makes sense, because they can throw over to first, back into the bag, Sakaino, because Rich will bunt with 2 outs. We saw him do it yesterday. It didn't work, but what an excellent bunt, Sakaino. I mean, that was do or die. No question. 2-1 Hawaii. Another throw over to first, and Sakaino back in. Sakaino's got some pretty good speed. Was an outstanding player at CSUN. Was a career 300 hitter for the Matadors. As Aiden Cooney, the big strapping Texan from the left side, takes a big swing. There goes the runner to the throw, the tag. It gets away. The ball gets away from the shortstop New, and sliding in safely with the stolen base is Sakaino. I believe that's either the third or fourth stolen base for Hawaii already in this one. And Cooney with an RBI opportunity. Junior college product where he hit 365 over 2 years and 15 home runs. And the pitch to Cooney, cut on and miss. It's 0-2. They're kind of putting him down low in the batting average, kind of protect him. It takes a while for JC hitters to adjust to Division I pitching. It's rare that you have a JC hitter come right to Division I and tear it up. It happens occasionally, but more often than not, it takes a little while. So putting Cooney down in the order, take a little pressure off him, throw back to second, Sakaino back in, and let him get comfortable. Because they expect a lot from Aiden Cooney this year. Out of Flower Mound, Texas. No balls and 2 strikes. Sakaino out at second. The pitch to Cooney, fouls it left side, upstairs, and that's a souvenir. Two-1 Hawaii here in the bottom of the 4th inning of a scheduled 7-inning first game of this double dip. Hawaii already has pushed a run across here in the inning. Good eye by Cooney. Looks at one high and away. The Bows now 2 runs on 4 hits. Marshall a run on 3 hits. Outfield shifted around to right for the left-hand hitting Cooney, who waits. The pitch swung on a missed. So Cooney went chasing after a breaking ball into the carpet for strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning. Or check that, second out of the inning. So we'll see if the third baseman, Kendron Kinsey, can do something. Kinsey grounded out to third in his only plate appearance, but made a terrific defensive catch in the top of this inning and almost had a second one in the exact same spot near the third base dugout. And Kinsey looks at a pitch outside and low. No activity in the Thundering Herd bullpen. And no activity in the Hawaii bullpen with Takimoto. I'm assuming will come out in the 5th inning. There's a fastball high and outside. I think what we've seen now over these 4 seasons, or this is the beginning of the 4th season for Rich Hill, is the building of depth. I mean, this team has a lot of depth. They didn't have a lot the last couple of years. Swung on and missed on the pitch down to Kinsey. I mean, you just look, Kinsey playing third. I mean, this is only the 2nd game of the season. He's already the 3rd guy that has played third base for Hawaii when Donahue got hurt last night. They had to move Iquez over the short. They brought Lancaster to third. He played well. There's another swing and a miss. The count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kinsey hitting in the 8th spot. And on deck, the catcher, Hunter Faldo. There's a pitch holding up that time. Was Kinsey. And the count goes full. Single runs in the 1st, and now the 4th innings for Hawaii. Single run in the top of the 3rd for Marshall. Here comes the payoff. Runner going. And there's a ball chopped foul down the 3rd baseline. Rich Hill patrolling third base, as he always does. Took a line drive off the hand last night. He's a tough guy. He's playing it off, but you know it hurts like heck. Josh said it looks like one of those Mickey Mouse hands. His hand's all swollen. The 3-2 again. High inside. Ball 4. So Kinsey draws the 2-out walk. He'll trot down to first base. Sakino remains at second, and maybe Hawaii has a little something brewing here. With 2 away, as Faldo steps to the plate. That's only the 2nd walk issued by DiGiacomo in this one. So here's Faldo. Faldo takes one high and inside. Hunter grounded out in his only plate appearance. The 1-0. Cut on and missed. Nice breaking ball down from Giacomo. Sakino out at second. Over at first base, Kinsey. 2 balls and 1 strike now. The count to Faldo. Giacomo's thrown a lot of pitches here in the 4th inning. And the next pitch misses. And so now DiGiacomo is a pitch away from loading the bases with the top of the order, Matt Muir on deck. 3-1. Strike called. The win last night for Hawaii was the first season opening win under Rich Hill, which is kind of a surprise, right? Here's the payoff. There's ball 4, and the bags are full of bows with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And it's mostly just DiGiacomo kind of losing it right now. So Kino reached on the bunt single RBI and then back-to-back walks. Well, there was a strikeout of Cooney, but then back-to-back walks to Kinsey and Faldo now. So we'll see if Matt Miura can make him pay. Miura doubled back in the 1st inning, scored the 1st run of the game, and grounded out to 2nd into 3rd. So 1 for 2 on the day is Miura. Miura now a junior. Out of Marinoa High School, 5'11", 185 pounds, listed on the roster. Swings it from the right side. Outfield playing straight away. Infield playing back. First pitch hit down the left field line. That could be trouble. It drops in for a base hit. It will score 1 run. Behind Sakino is Kinsey. He'll come in and score as well. And Matt Mura slides into second with his second 2-bagger of the afternoon and a 2 RBI double. It's a 4-1 Hawaii lead. Just turned on one from DiGiacomo, pulled it down the right field line. The left field didn't hit it particularly hard, but hard enough that by the time Vogelsong retrieved it, Sakino had scored easily from third base. And right behind him was Kinsey from second. On the plate, going to third, is Faldo. So a big 2-out knock by Mura. Now will get time called as the pitching coach will make his way out to the mound. We mentioned there wasn't any activity in the Marshall bullpen, though. Looking down there now, I mean, there are a number of guys down there, but we do start to see a bit of stirring as Hawaii's been able to get to DiGiacomo for 3 runs so far here in this 4th inning, open up a 4-1 lead. Inning started off with a Zage Lancaster double. Jared Quant grounded out. Shunsuke Sakino suicide squeeze bunt single as the throw got to first base late. That drove in a run. Then Aiden Cooney struck out. And then back-to-back walks to Kinsey and Faldo, and then Mura with that double down the left field line. So the mound visits Powell. Not quite sure which coach that is. They're wearing those jackets that don't have numbers, but he's making his way to the making his way back slowly to the first base dugout. So here's Ben Ziegler-Namoa, the 8th hitter to come to the plate here in the 4th inning for Hawaii. And Ben pulls that one right past second base into right field. And that will score a pair of runs. And it's a 6-1 Hawaii lead. First pitch swinging, Ziegler-Namoa ropes one right past Kammerer, the second baseman. As Faldo scores from third, Mura from second, and here's a big inning for Hawaii. And 4 of these 5 runs have come around with 2 outs. And coming to plate now, Elijah Iquez, as Hawaii has batted around here in the 4th inning. Just what the doctor ordered. There's a ground ball throw back over the first, and retired is Iquez. But a huge inning for the University of Hawaii as they pick up 5 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We've played 4 in Manoa. It's now Hawaii 6, Marshall 1. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Hi, this is Eddie. I'm the lead lumber for Hardware Hawaii, Kailua. I like helping customers find what they need. It's not like another stranger just shopping here. My customers are like my friends, and then I just help them out, and I feel good. And it just makes my day. We're out here in the lumberyard ready to serve you.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry,
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
We played 4 here in Manoa. It's now Hawaii 6, Marshall 1. Hawaii 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Thundering Herd. A run on 3 hits and no errors. 5-run 4th inning that really got kickstarted with the suicide squeeze bunt laid down by Shusuke Sakino, and then he reached base safely as a throw to first got there a tad bit late, and then Hawaii took advantage of some walks and some really key hits as well. Next thing you know, a 5 spot on the board. And that's going to make it a little easier for Itsuki Takemoto, who's out there to begin inning number 5. He's allowed a run, on 3 hits, a pair of walks, and a pair of strikeouts. Got both his strikeouts last inning as he set the Thundering Herd down in order. So 8-9-1 coming to the plate from Marshall, and the first pitch down from Takemoto is low for a ball. Ethan Murdoch, the designated hitter, the man that hit 2 home runs yesterday at the plate, breaking ball high and inside. Reached on a single back in the second inning. Made 16 starts a year ago. And Hawaii defensively playing Murdoch to be a pull hitter as the defense shifted around to the left, particularly the infield. Kinsey playing back of the bag at third and deep at short as Iquez. 3 balls and no strikes from Takemoto. Needs to find the strike zone right here. The pitch. And there it is, right at the knees. Takemoto's roughest inning had to be the second. He faced 6 batters and pitched himself out a 2-out bases-loaded jam. Next pitch, that ball is ripped down the left field line. That ball is on a line, and that ball is out of here. Are you kidding me? That ball was no more than 15 feet off the ground. And he hit one, pulled it right down the left field line, just inside the pole, and it just cleared the wall. Home run. Wow. Ethan Murdoch with his 3rd home run of the weekend. And that got out of here in a hurry. Holy mackerel. Just a pull line drive that just never went up or down, just stayed at the same height and cleared the wall. It's a 6-2 contest. And the first pitch down from Takemoto to the number 9 hitter, Eddie Leon, is a strike. Leon, the third baseman, reached on the fielder's choice back in the second inning. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. Leon is a true utility player. At least he was last year. Got 11 starts in the field, but also had 6 relief appearances as well. Now he's just trying to get on base. Nothing into the count. Takemoto from the stretch brings it down and fouled straight back. But I tell you, Murdoch, holy cow, that guy. He must have went on a big-time weightlifting off-season program. He probably leads the country in home runs right now, right? The 0-2 again. High pop-up on the infield. The shortstop, Iquez, shading his eyes with the glove, makes the catch a couple of feet on the green of the outfield for out number 1. If you're Takemoto and if you're UH, coming into the inning up 6-1, you're not okay, but you can handle a solo home run, especially in a 7-inning game. We're already in the 5th, so this is like the top of the 7th almost, right? So 1 down, 1 across, top of the order. Here's Cam Harden. Harden has lined out and grounded out 0 for 2 so far today. 1-0 the count from Takemoto, who's working quickly, toes the rubber, brings down the curveball that just misses downstairs. So Hawaii this weekend, Marshall next weekend. Long-time friendly rival, Wichita State, the 2-0. There's a strike. Brian Green, who was on Mike Trapasso's staff early on, is now the head coach at Wichita State. The 2-1 pitch, well outside. Saw Brian a couple of years ago when he was the head man at Washington State. And I know he and Rich would like to renew this series. 2-1 pitch, make that 3-1 pitch. And that's ball 4. So Takemoto walks his 3rd batter of the ball game. A 1-out base on balls to the leadoff hitter. And here's Micah New, the shortstop. We do see some activity now. A right-hander, can't see what number that is from here, in the Hawaii bullpen. I think I can make out that number. I think it is Liam O'Brien, the hard-throwing senior transfer from Gonzaga. And we're going to get a mound visit now. Rich Hill going out to the mound, have a few words. I'm sure he would like to get Itsuki through this inning with Hawaii up by 4. But Takimoto may be tiring just a little bit. He's looked pretty good out there. He's only given up 2 runs on 4 hits through 4 in the 3rd innings, and they are going to leave Itsuki out there. I think that was just more of a matter of Rich wanting to go out there, have a few words with him, see where he's at, how's he feeling. And Takimoto probably said, I'm fine. Let's go. He says, I'm going to throw a double play ball right here to New with Harden over at first base. See if that happens. And the first pitch swung on, fouled off at the plate. The third baseman, Kinsey, playing just in front of the infield green. Outfield playing straight away. 6-2 Hawaii. Here in the top of the 5th inning. A 5 spot in the bottom of the 4th, the big inning for Hawaii. Takimoto from the stretch, set at the belt, winds, delivers, and that slider swung on and missed. And now it's no balls and 2 strikes. Jackson Halter on deck. The 0-2. Foul back off the screen. Corey Ronan will get the start for Hawaii in the 2nd game of the doubleheader. Corey's a guy that I think a lot of us are expecting a breakout season. He has all the tools. He just really hasn't been able to put it together here as a Rainbow Warrior. Hopefully he does in the 2nd game. The 0-2, cut on a miss, strike 3. Takimoto fires the pitch. And New cannot come up with it. So 2 down now with the runner still over at first base and Jackson Halter, the right fielder. The transfer from Louisiana. Flied out to center back in the 1st and then had an RBI ground out in the 3rd, which at the time tied the game at 1-1. Halter bats from the left side. Takimoto trying to get through this inning. Goes to first. Bent at the waist, now standing straight up is Itsuki. The pitch. Another nice pitch right at the knees for a strike. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Hawaii. 2-4-0 for Marshall. Already 1 run across on the leadoff home run by Ethan Murdoch. Yeah, the same guy that hit 2 last night. But this one was maybe the most incredible of all 3. It was just a line drive that just stayed at the same height and just cleared the wall and left inside the foul pole. Unbelievable. I would just walk him the rest of the weekend, particularly if the bases are empty. The next pitch, pulled foul on the first base line. Hawaii with a run in the 1st, a run for Marshall in the 3rd, and then Hawaii with that 5-run bomb of the 4th and a run for the Thundering Herd here in the top of the 5th. Takimoto with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Brings it down. Bouncing ball, first base side, foul. Aiden Cooney, the first baseman, one of the new faces on the roster this year. Big strapping Texan over at first base. Plays very good defensive first base, and he will hit. So Takimoto is going to do it again. Here it comes, and the breaking ball misses outside and low. Really good Saturday afternoon crowd. Deuces wild. Off-speed pitch. That one hit on the ground right side. The second baseman, Sakino, playing well over to his left. Fields it cleanly, brings it over to first, and the inning is Powell. But for the Thundering Herd, they do pick up a run on the solo home run by Ethan Murdoch. We'll head to the last of inning number 5. Bo 6, Marshall 2. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Here's Dr. Sean Giancaterino with a heart health tip from Hawaii Pacific Health.
Heart disease is one of the leading causes of death for men and women, but prevention is key to reducing your risk. Take charge of your heart health by maintaining a healthy diet, exercising regularly, and monitoring risk factors like blood pressure, cholesterol, and your family history of heart disease to live healthier.
To learn more, visit hawaiipacifichealth.org/heart centers.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94-547 Uke'e Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAND. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Scott Robbs along with Josh Pacheco back here at Les Murakami Stadium from the Robs Leahy press box. Hawaii leads 6-2. As we head to the bottom of the fifth inning, we have a pitching change for the Thundering Herd as they're going to bring in a freshman right-hander, Bauer Burkhart, 6 foot, 170-pound right-hander out of Leesburg, Virginia. So he's going to get an opportunity with his team down by 4 to give the Thundering Herd and Coach Beals some work out there and hopefully keep the lead or keep the deficit at what it is and give the Herd a chance to come back like Hawaii did last night. But last inning, Felix DeGiacomo was no secret to Hawaii as they batted around in the fourth inning and ended up scoring 5 runs on 4 innings. And that really has put this game in control of Hawaii to this point. So Sage Lancaster, who led off last inning with a double, eventually came around and scored, will lead off the bottom of the fifth inning for Hawaii. Lancaster started his career at New Mexico State in Las Cruces, played his first year. Last year he redshirted after an injury, and so he is a redshirt sophomore for the University of Hawaii. So Burkhart, I'm sure with some nerves, brings down the first pitch. Didn't show it there. Nice pitch at the knees for a strike. Hawaii's out hit Marshall 6-4, and in the all-important runs category, lead at 6-2. But you know Hawaii, they like to tack on some more runs as little breeze begins to pick up. Now it's more of a whipping wind out of nowhere blowing out towards right field. An absolutely gorgeous day. Temperatures probably in the upper 70s, low 80s. Low humidity. Feels nice. The 0-1 outside and low. So besides that double for Lancaster, he also had a single that drove in the game's first run in the first inning as he fouls the pitch back. So Lancaster is 2 for 2 with a run scored and RBI so far today. He was actually penciled in when the lineup was given to us as the third baseman, but they scratched Draven Hushida, who was the hero last night, who was going to be the DH. They made Lancaster the DH, and then they put the shortstop, put Kinsey over at third base. Like we said, team has a lot of depth, a lot of moving pieces. Enough depth now for Coach Hill, who really likes those matchups, lefty-righty matchups. He can do that with starting lineups. The 1-2 pitch. There's a called strike 3. Nice pitch right there from Burkhart. If he had any nerves, he didn't show it. His first collegiate, or at least first strikeout of this season. DeGiacomo, 4 innings, 6 runs, all earned on 6 hits, a couple of walks, and a strikeout. And he's on the tag for the loss unless his team comes back. Here's Jared Quant. Quant, the right fielder, batting from the left side, and the first pitch a bit high and inside. Jared is grounded out to second twice. 0 for 2 on the day. Quant, slight open stance, waits from the stretch. Burkhart set, brings it down, and that one misses. Oh, the new turf is awesome. Behind home plate, Hawaii spelled out with the top of trim. And then the UHH logo predominantly out in center field. Just gorgeous. The 2-0 to Quant. Inside ball 3. Though I know at first, when Rich Hill was kind of the architect of what he wanted the field to look like, I know initially, and I haven't talked to him about it, but initially he wanted to put the Hawaii Island chain out in center field. How cool would that be? Remember back 30 years ago, the Stan Sheriff Center had that? There's ball 4 down to Quant, draws the four wide ones, and he'll go down to first base. I have a feeling maybe it was just too difficult to do that. I don't know. I have no idea. I'll have to ask. But the H looks nice out there regardless. So 1 out walk to Jared Quant. Shusuke Sakaino, the second baseman. Shusuke's had maybe the highlight of the day, a suicide squeeze bunt in the 4th inning that brought in the first run of the game. He's going to show bunt again, pulls back. And that one is low. The Sakaino, it was a do-or-die play. Laid down just an absolute beautiful bunt on the first base line. And then was rewarded with a base hit for hustling because the throw to first was late. Sakaino waits, third baseman in on the green of the infield, and the second pitch is high and outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So Leon over at third base, still thinking maybe Sakaino might try to lay one down, and he might. 2 balls, no strikes, and a couple of feet in on the green. The next pitch down to Sakaino is a strike. I have a feeling he will become a crowd favorite. Career 300 hitter at CSUN the last 3 seasons. Solid defensive second baseman. Always lucky to have him. There goes the runner at first. The pitch hit down the left field line, hooking foul over near the batting cage. Sakaino out of San Diego, went to Rancho Bernardo High School. That's a very good athletic high school. So it's 2-2 to Sakaino. Burkhart comes set at the belt. From the stretch, brings down the pitch. It's bunted, but bunted foul. So we did see Sakaino try to lay down a bunt. Unsuccessful. With 2 strikes now, you would just assume he's going to swing away. Josh is back from the Stan Sheriff Center, where he's doing a little prep work for his other job tonight, calling the basketball game. How is everything going over there at Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center?
Good. Looks like Cody Williams could be good to go tonight. We'll see after the ankle injury on Thursday.
Yeah, I talked to him when he was on the bike before halftime, and he was hurting.
Yeah.
The 2-2, Sakaino looks at ball 3. But Josh, you missed a really fun 4th inning. Hawaii scored 5 runs. Sakaino laid down a suicide squeeze.
Well, it's funny. As soon as I walked back in,
you should probably stay away.
That's exactly what they said next door. Don't come back.
Don't come back, Josh. Well, I want you back because I'd miss you. There's a pop-up shallow left field. Who's going to call for it? The left fielder trots in Vogel's song, and he makes the grab for out number 3. So Hawaii comes up empty here in the 5th inning, but we've played 5 in Manoa. 6-2 Bows. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
At Dow Electric Supply, we're your local-based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians, developers, utility companies, businesses, and homeowners. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
Aloha from Waiakea. As a proud corporate sponsor of University of Hawaii Athletics, we're committed to keeping our athletes and fans hydrated with delicious volcanic water straight from the Big Island. Our water originates atop the Mauna Loa volcano as rain and snow melt, filtering through thousands of feet of porous volcanic rock and re-emerging at the surface as refreshingly crisp, naturally alkaline water. Learn more at waiakea.com and find us at most stores across the islands. Live aloha, drink Waiakea.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu. Brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union.
We played 5 here in Manoa of a 7-inning scheduled first game of a double dip. Hawaii leads it 6-2. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors. And for Marshall, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The afternoon is pal for Itsuki Takemoto. You can go now, get a nice cold glass of water and relax in the dugout and hopefully pick up win number 1 as Hawaii's gone to the bullpen. And they bring in the transfer from Gonzaga, big, huge right-hander Liam O'Brien, who is the hardest thrower on the team, has been clocked as high as 98 miles per hour. But Josh, the only problem is not really sure sometimes where it's going to go.
And that's where it makes the difference.
He does have a live arm, and it should be interesting because I know they would like to eventually groom him as a back end of the bullpen guy, potential closer with that kind of a power arm. But we'll have to see. And his stops along the way, he has struggled, but he's been performing pretty well in the fall and leading up to the beginning of the season. So we'll see what Mr. O'Brien can do on the bump. Hawaii up 6-2, and to take you the rest of the way, my brother, Josh Pacheco.
Scotty, I thank you. This call to the bullpen brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. So it'll be Nolan Wilson, AJ Havrilla, Elijah Vogelsong to take on O'Brien. This group of pitchers that can just flame it by, and that first one is waved at and missed by Wilson, strike 1.
How'd you catch up with your scorebook? You were gone for 3 innings.
Well, I've caught up most of it. You see, they have a thing called live stats.
It's called computer.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
I never grew up with one.
Welcome to 2025.
I'm still learning. I barely can get my phone to work.
0-1, the right-hander ready. His pitch. Fastball for strike 2 on the outside half.
Tell you one thing, he brings it.
Yep. And, the pitching coach, Keith Zuniga, said, you know what, he's one of those guys that he's a fireballer, but if you need him in the back of the bullpen, he's one of the many that they trust. 0-2. Breaking ball. It's a slider running in on his hands and fouled back.
He was one of 2 pitchers that are new to the program I want to see this weekend. He and then Connor Walls, who eventually is going to be a Friday night starter. Everything I've heard, everybody I talked to says this kid has superstar written all over him. We may see him today, but I hope kind of that maybe they save him and start him tomorrow.
Wilson 0 for 1 with a walk. Grounded out back in the third. 0-2. Fastball softly hit up the middle. Iquez, the shortstop, picks it up, throws it to first, records the out, 1 away. And that will bring up AJ Havrilla, grounded into a double play in the second. Popped up to third back in the 4th inning. Hawaii's offense, 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 4 men left. Marshall, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Thundering Herd have left 4.
You mentioned popping up over the third. That was actually a really good play by Kinsey. Came over near the dugout. The very next batter did the same thing, same spot, a little bit closer to the dugout.
Fastball away, 1-0.
And Kinsey was unable to hold on to it, but he made a couple of really nice plays defensively.
I remember Kinsey was a late add to the lineup.
Yeah, real late. And one thing I was bringing up is the fact that this team has depth.
Yep. 1-0. O'Brien, long pause, his pitch, fastball, popped in the air, right side. This is in foul territory. Cooney, the first baseman, shades on, looking up, makes the catch, 2 away. Ran into Powell Eldridge downstairs on my way back up.
That was Uncle
Sitting
Powell.
right next to your dad's seat. And he kept saying about last night, what a comeback. He did talk about the balk that should have been.
I was shocked that you can't replay that, but it was, if you had to look and see what a balk was, a lot of people say, wonder if there's really a balk. Go back and look at that. I thought it was a balk.
As Elijah Vogelsong steps in, struck out his last time. He's 1 for 2. And the pitch to the left-handed hitter is a fastball running inside, 1-0. Yeah, I watched it back this morning on the replay. And, it was a very clear balk. And Powell said, imagine if that's how the game ended, because it would have if that was called.
Well, I've seen walk-off balks. It happens occasionally.
1-0. That's a fastball for a strike on the outside corner.
Not very often, but it does, even at the big league level.
And usually when they happen, they're accompanied by a post-game argument with an umpire.
Well, you got it, right?
Yeah.
You can't just accept it and walk off the field.
1 ball and a strike. O'Brien hands below the waist, turns and fires. Fastball, ripped back foul. I wish I had a radar gun up here, and I know they have the TrackMan stuff downstairs, but I wish we could really gauge that fastball.
Well, Josh,
O'Brien.
you're everywhere. You must be making a killing financially. Why don't you just buy a gun for us up here? You can afford it.
Here.
Big money in radio, you know. That's what I hear.
You're a funny man.
Funny looking.
Ball and 2 strikes. O'Brien's pitch. Slider just outside. Twirls off the mound. Thought he possibly had strike 3. Instead, it's 2-2.
It was just off the plate, but that's a tough pitch if you're a hitter to lay off of.
And that's the thing. You talk about being around the strike zone for someone who throws so hard, even though that misses, staying around, very important with that breaking stuff. 2-2. Swing and a slow bouncing ball right side, but that's going to tail foul to the right. Went with the breaking ball again.
I just find it amazing. I mean, just the way the humans have grown. That there are 15 guys on this team that throw 90 miles an hour. When I was a kid, if you threw 90, you were throwing heat. And now guys are throwing 98. How about in the big leagues? Guys throwing 105 miles an hour? How do you hit that?
Yeah. How do you keep your arm healthy, however, doing that?
That's why everybody in baseball has had at least one Tommy John surgery.
Right.
You're not a real pitcher until you've had a Tommy John surgery.
2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Brien to the plate. Fastball, check swing. They appeal to third. He didn't go. Count fills up 3-2. Troy Hodak, who was the home plate umpire last night over at third here for this 7-inning game. We'll play 40 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Hawaii holding on to a 6-2 lead.
The thing about O'Brien that I'm watching more than anything is where he's at around the plate, and he's right around the strike zone, which is a good sign.
Full count pitch. Fastball spoiled back to the screen. Foul. Itsuki Takemoto in line for the win. 5 innings, 2 runs on 4 hits, 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. He threw 94 pitches. So a little above where they wanted him to be. But as they said, don't start an inning past 90, and they did just that.
Yeah, you want to build on that, and eventually he can give you 6, 7, 8 innings later on in the season.
3-2. Fastball waved at and missed for strike 3. So O'Brien comes in, retires the side in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. That is 6-2. Hawaii leading Marshall. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, voted Hawaii's best carpet and flooring company. Stop by Abbey's showroom on Nimitz Highway and see the amazing 7MTC flooring. This revolutionary product is made out of melamine. It's resistant to fading, stains, and even pet scratches. Come by and see the Scratch Test Challenge. 7MTC, available now at Abbey Carpet and Floor.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, where Hawaii goes for flooring.
Contractor's license number C19140.
Aloha, this is Stan Mahilona from Sports Stan. You're listening to University of Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
6-2, Hawaii leading Marshall. We are in the 6th inning, which is brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union for life. We'll see a new pitcher here for Marshall. It's Charlie Krebs. Krebs, a second-year freshman from Purcellville, Virginia. A right-hander, 6'2", 215 pounds. So Krebs, the right-hander, will get set to go. Marshall wearing gray, green numbers and letters, black caps with the green bill. The pitching numbers today, DiGiacomo, the starter, 6 runs, 6 hits, in his 4 innings of work. He threw 70 pitches, struck out 2, and walked 3. We saw Bauer Burkhart, kind of a two-way player. He came in, went an inning, struck out 2, and walked 1.
I was going to say, he looked pretty good, Burkhart, for a freshman. He was out there. He had a lot of confidence and was pounding the zone.
And it'll be Krebs here. Team ERA last year for Marshall, over 6.09. 204 walks, batting average against of 273. First pitch, big cut and a miss by Kedron Kinsey, strike 1.
Well, Coach Beals, who used to coach at Ohio State, he's trying to build that program up at Marshall. I mean, Marshall has a long history, at least on the football side, right?
Yeah. We are
Marshall.
Pitch high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kinsey grounded out to third in the second, walked and scored in the 4th. See Faldo, then Miura after that. 1-1. Fastball waved at and missed on the outside corner, 1-2. Kinsey was not in the lineup until about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before first pitch.
Something around there, yeah.
Draven Nushida was a scratch. He was supposed to be the DH.
I hope he's okay.
1-2. Fastball in on the hands, and it's sent back foul right off the facing of the roof. Yeah, that's tough, especially because he had the game winner last night. Usually you do something good like that, you're right back in the lineup the very next day, and he was. So Sage Lancaster, who was supposed to start at third, moves to the DH spot, and Kinsey going at the third base side. Here's a fly ball to right field. Moving back is Halter. Now he comes in toward the line, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Reminder, this game is 7 innings. And the second game, about 40 minutes after this one ends, will go 9. As Hunter Faldo will step in. Faldo.
I almost feel like we need to call him Brother Hunter because of his dad. I mean, you know Brother Way really well.
Yeah,
I mean,
do.
Their studio was right next to the ESPN Honolulu studio for years.
Fastball on the inside corner. Strike 1 to Faldo. That's right.
Brother Wade's he's a good guy.
Yeah. Faldo grounded out in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 4th. 0-1. Fastball, hard hit left side. Shortstop New charges, fires a low throw to first, but it's there to have Rilla in time for out number 2. So 2 away. Top of the order now for Matthew Miura. Miura in this game had a double in the first inning.
Yeah, and he had a double in that 5-run inning. He pulled it right down the left field line, perfectly placed.
A good start to the year for him. He went 1 for 4 last night with the RBI. Driven in 3 now here on the early season. 2 for 3 is Miura. Right-handed hitter waits, and the fastball is poured in bottom of the zone for strike 1. Hitting in the leadoff spot tonight, and that's because of the Donahue injury.
But also, talking to Rich, he kind of likes Matt Miura in the leadoff spot as well. He's not.
Breaking ball to the right side. Second baseman Kammerer waits for it, throws to first to get the speedy Miura. And 1-2-3 goes Hawaii here in the 6th.
Well, you know, Rich, he never has the same lineup back-to-back games, right?
As evidenced 2 games in, we'll head to the 7th. It's Hawaii leading Marshall 6-2. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
The Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Industry Association is looking for skilled drywall installers, finishers, and cement plasterers. Whether you're a journeyman or an apprentice, we offer great opportunities for career growth in Hawaii's thriving construction industry. You'll enjoy benefits like health insurance, paid vacation, and a retirement plan. If you're dependable and excited about being part of a great industry, call Lisa at 808-271-4195 or go to hwcia.com. That's hwcia.com and apply.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii leading Marshall 6-2 as we head to the 7th inning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu, driven by Sports Stand Sporting Goods.
Your official radio home of University of Hawaii Sports is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM.
With Scott Robbs, I'm Josh Pacheco. Hawaii 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Marshall 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. And we see some defensive changes for the Bows. These in-game adjustments brought to you by Lex Brody's Tire Company. Wear your University of Hawaii apparel when you visit any Oahu Lex Brody's location and get an additional 5% off your purchase. Cooney comes out of the game. Ben Ziegler-Namoa moves from left field to first base. And out in left field is Kamana Nahaku. So it'll be Nahaku, Miura, Quant, left to right. You've got Kinsey, Iquez, Sakaino, now Ziegler-Namoa at first. Faldo behind the plate, and O'Brien continues for his second and what he hopes to be final inning.
Not a save situation, however, but it is a situation where he's getting more and more opportunity to getting a second inning right here. Because I think Hawaii really wants to count on this kid a lot. They're going to use him.
Every opportunity here out of the bullpen, whether it's a save situation or not, is the situation to impress.
Absolutely.
First pitch fouled back by Kammerer, 0-1. Kammerer, 0 for 1, a walk, a strikeout. Bottom part of the order for Marshall has shown some pop. Surprising part of the order to do it is the 0-1 is right down Broadway for a strike, 0-2. Hawaii looking to start the year 2-0 with its top 2 hurlers going here out of the gate. 0-2 from O'Brien. Fastball in on the hands, floated foul territory right side. Ziegler-Namoa jogging back to his left. Ball usually finds you when you play a new position, and it did there for out number 1. And now Ethan Murdoch. What a series Murdoch has had here early on. Singled in the second. He was the final out in a fielder's choice, and then he goes yard in the 5th inning for his 3rd home run of the series.
And it was a line drive, Josh. It got out of here in like 2 seconds. I'm not kidding. I'd never seen a ball get out of here that fast ever.
Rips the first pitch back foul.
It was about 2 or 3 feet above the left field wall, and it never moved. From the time it went off the bat, it just stayed in a straight line and just kept on going out over the wall. It was unbelievable. Yeah.
He's hit 3 home runs of all kinds. You had the wall scraper in left, you had the deep bomb to center, and then that laser over the wall. 0-1 fastball right down the middle for strike 2. O'Brien's not fooling around as he tries to send Hawaii to its 2nd win here in the early year. 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Goes slider tailing low. Murdoch strikes out. And Hawaii is an out away from going to 2-0.
If they can win this game, they can still go unbeaten this year, Josh.
That is absolutely right.
I mean, that's just a fact.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just stating facts.
No, that's what we do here in this booth. We state facts.
Do we?
Leon here at the plate, and he waves at a fastball up and out of the zone. Strike 1. At least our bosses expect us to.
We try.
Leon 0 for 2. Starting 167 here on the year. 0-1, fastball. There's a high strike. It's 0-2. Crowd here, and there's quite a few down below, especially
it's a
back
good
to the right
crowd
side.
For a Saturday 1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel, it's really nice.
0-2. Swing, and that's in on the hands and foul back. That was bustling downstairs.
Bustling, huh?
Food smelled good.
Was everybody hanging out by Chris's favorite hot dog stand?
No, they had a brief respite of a break.
Chris Hart loves Dave's hot dogs.
Yeah, it'll get busy later.
Because Chris knows if he keeps promoting it, he'll get free hot dogs.
That's true.
He's a smart man.
0-2. Strike 3 called. Breaking ball on the outside half. Leon down looking, and Hawaii opens its season 2-0. A 6-2 win over Marshall here in game 1 of this doubleheader.
Terrific ball game. Got a good start out of Takemoto. Some timely hits in that 5-run fourth inning, and the offense, it took a little while to get going, but when they did, they scored enough runs, and Hawaii's pitching was outstanding. Not just Takimoto, but O'Brien, our first look at Liam, and he was pretty impressive in those 2 frames.
And that's the thing. When you get an opportunity to see someone for the first time, you want to get a good impression, and certainly that was made here, not allowing a hit in 2 innings while striking out 3. 6-2, your final in game number 1. We'll go through the particulars up in just a moment. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Aloha, this is Kunoa Leahy from Let's Talk Sports. I've been asked by some to provide an update to my experience undergoing knee joint therapy treatment from Dr. Charles Arakaki at MotoGen Medical. I underwent multiple knee surgeries due to basketball injuries in my younger years, so in need of relief, I reached out to Dr. Arakaki. His regenerative joint therapy treatment uses healing properties from your own body to create an injectable serum that generates healing and relief. Series of injections and shockwave treatments over the course of about 6 weeks covered it in my case. I completed the 6 weeks back in October. The results were immediately. Pain and swelling diminished noticeably. And now, almost 4 months removed, my knees are still feeling great. So give Dr. Arakaki a call if you're experiencing joint pain or discomfort in your knees, hips, lower back, or shoulders due to past surgeries or bone-on-bone wear and tear. Call MotoGen Medical for a free evaluation, 808-562-5000, or book a free evaluation online at motogen.com, MODOGEN.com.
It's the student section with Callan Spiller and me, Cole Malsoff, live from Raising Cane's and University. We'll be joined by Akira Jacobs and Aaron Hunkin-Clater, plus state champs Kamehameha's Nihoa Dunn and Pomai Nakakura, and ELI's Devin Lee and Brody Awaya. Join us at Raising Cane's University this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mahalo to HCAM and Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94-547 Ukea Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAN. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii 6, Marshall 2, as the Bats got alive in the 4th inning, a 5-run 4th, untying a game that was even at 1 in the middle innings and propelling Hawaii ahead to at least a split of this series. We'll see how things go with the 9-inning game coming up in about 40 minutes, followed by the 9-inning finale coming up on Sunday. Scott Robbs,
Yes,
we have seen this team come from behind like it was last night, and today we have seen a team that, early on, allowed a run. Offense had some opportunities early, but really kind of pushed ahead. One big inning, which this offense can be capable of, really pulled through.
Yeah, and I think it all starts with the pitching.